Welcome back to another video. In today's video we have King and Queen of the Ring results video. Pretty solid night, I will say. Not WWE's best card of the year, however still a pretty solid card. What'd you think?
Yeah, I think the card, if you look at it on paper, looks really good. But in my opinion, I think this is probably the weakest pay-per-view of the year so far.
Yeah. But yeah, getting straight to things, we had, starting on the pre-show, we had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeat Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, just a good title defense, I guess. Definitely not a bad match at all. The finish was amazing. A little bit of a botch at the end, where at the end of the tag team move, Jade goes to do a kip up, but then Bianca goes for a pin and kind of like clips her leg a little bit, and she like falls back down or something. Yeah, kind of a little funny moment there. Yeah, pretty good match. Might even be better than the first match of the actual card, to be honest.
This was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Bianca or Candice and Indy had like their time at the start of the match, but in the end, Bianca and Jade just show that they're just better at this moment in time. And yeah, pretty good match. Yeah, hope to see we continue to see Candice and Indy get built up a little bit more. But yeah. After that, we followed up with another women's match, and that was Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, where Liv Morgan wins the Women's World Champion and is the new Women's World Champion.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I predicted. This is the match that I thought would be the best match of the card, just because I thought that Liv would try to put on the show, being that she was going to go over and become a champion. I feel like she would want the match to be really good. Same with Becky, obviously. She always tries to, put on some of the best matches. But this one just didn't hit for me. I don't know if they were kind of restricted in the gear they were wearing, maybe, but everything just kind of seemed a little slow, maybe a little sluggish or something. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but yeah, they just didn't really draw me into the match too much.
Yeah, the match itself, I don't have too much to say about it. I'm have to rewatch it to get a better opinion on it. However, thinking about the potential of where this goes for everybody, I'm interested to see where Liv Morgan does, because in the match we had Dominic at the end. Before the match even started, he was like, "I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure you don't win the title." And he tried that. He came in, he tried to distract the referee. Becky gets distracted by him. He throws in a chair to help Becky, but Liv Morgan does a DDT on the chair, and that's how you win. So with that, I'm interested to see where that goes, because I think a lot of people thought that we might see Liv joining the Judgment Day and them helping her in some way, but it kind of doesn't seem that way as of right now. Obviously, that can change on this Monday Night's Raw. So, yeah, interested to see where that thing goes. Don't know who would be the next person for Liv to go against, but, we'll see.
And Becky also mentioned after that she did have a rematch clause in her contract, and she would be using that rematch clause, so potentially we will see a rematch on Raw.
Okay. But yeah, going up next, we had the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Champion, where Sami Zayn retains his Intercontinental Champion against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed.
Yeah, and this was probably my second favorite match of the night here. Just a really good match overall. I think everyone kind of showed out really well. Everyone looked very good. Bronson Reed had a big moment where he had both of them on the shoulders and there's a moment drop. Chad Gable had a moment where he does like a German suplex to both of them. Like, that's like 600 pounds or 500 pounds. I forget exactly what they said, but a 500-pound suplex apparently. But yeah, it was just a really good match. And now that I'm talking about it more, this might be the best match of the night now that I'm speaking about it out loud.
Yeah, and more storyline development for Chad Gable and Otis. Chad Gable wanted Otis to get involved in this match. At one point, Sami's on the outside, and Chad Gable's like, you hit him. And Otis doesn't want to do it. He can't bring himself to do it. But in the end, after Chad Gable slaps him a little bit, he goes to clothesline Sami, but Sami ducks and hits Chad Gable. Although I wanted to see Chad with the Intercontinental Champion, I do like that we're getting a bit more story for him before we get to that eventual championship reign from him.
Yeah, I do wish we did see the official turn of Otis because I feel like it's kind of dragging along a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like he's been disrespected every week on TV. He's been slapped. He's been humiliated. It's like all these things kind of boiled over, and it felt like this could have been a good moment for him to just say screw it and just kind of turn on him and just walk out, just being done with him, and kind of see where it goes from there. But maybe I didn't see Maxine or Akira Tozawa there, so maybe they just kind of wanted all of them to kind of be a part of it when it does happen. Because I'm assuming Maxine's gonna have like the split between, oh, what do I do? Do I go at Otis? You know what I mean? So
yeah, we did see Maxine in the entrance, and Chad Gable told her to go back to the locker room.
I forgot about that.
We didn't see Akira Tozawa, however, so maybe he's already gone from Alpha Academy, but obviously we have to wait and see. But yeah, really enjoy this match. Sammy does get the win here. Unfortunate for Bronson to take the pin, but obviously they have big things for Chad Gable coming up, and Sammy's the champion, so only one man can be pinned there. But moving on, we had the Queen of the Ring finals, where Nia Jax is the new Queen of the Ring after she defeats Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, and honestly, just a really good match. Honestly, it wasn't bad at all. Not my favorite match, but I was very happy to see Nia win. I did want her to win. Was never a big Nia fan, but since her return, I feel like she's been great. She's been showing more just character and just funny things, like when they did the pan-in for the referee, and then she kind of goes in and poses with the referee. I forget at which pay-per-view it was or whatever, but it was really cool. But yeah, I've really been liking her recently, and I'm happy she kind of got this moment and a kind of big accomplishment for her,
Yeah, I really like the finish of this. I forget exactly how it came together, but I think Naya's on the top of the turnbuckle, and then Lyra goes to do a powerbomb almost, but Nia kind of uses her weight to her advantage and just does I don't want to say a Yokozuna drop, a Banzai drop, but it's kind of what she did, I guess. Yeah. And that's how she wins it. Really enjoyed it. She will be going she gets a future world champion at SummerSlam, which is weird that they're doing it at SummerSlam considering how far away it is. That's still over 10 weeks away, and we have Clash at the Castle and Money in the Bank in between that. So kind of a long way to wait for it, but we'll get there when we get there, I guess. But yeah, really enjoyed this match. It's very solid.
Yeah, and I guess this is going to be, they are announced recently that SummerSlam will be 2 nights, so maybe this will kind of play into that, and they're kind of testing out the King and Queen of the Ring to kind of make the SummerSlam 2 nights make sense. That's kind of my prediction of what they're kind of doing with this. But yeah, not a bad match. Got some build for Lyra. She looked very strong, even though she took the loss here. But I think everybody was kind of unanimously happy for Nia Jax winning.
Yeah. And then after that, we had the King of the Ring final, where Gunther is now the King General after he beats Randy Orton. What'd you think?
Yeah, just a really, really good match here. Probably my favorite match of the night. It's between this and a triple threat match. I'm kind of 50-50 on the two. But very good. Seen a lot of selling from Randy Orton, as you normally do. He pulls the RKO off, could have had it one, but couldn't get the pin fast enough. Gets a second one, but not able to connect it all the way. Then funny enough, Gunther gets a roll-up pin win, which I didn't really expect to happen. And then something came out after, where if you kind of looked at the footage, it showed that Randy Orton's shoulder's actually not down.
Yeah.
But also Triple H came out and already kind of responded to that and said that nothing will change. And he will still be King of the Ring, but there will potentially be a #1 contender match between the two again coming soon.
Yeah. With that all being said, Gunther now going after the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. I think this sets up room for potential Cody and Randy at SummerSlam, because now Cody, obviously, if he does win the match in the main event, he would be going against Randy, or whoever he goes against for SummerSlam. But
and I guess something else to mention here is they made a special announcement around here, and that is that Drew McIntyre is medically cleared to return, and he's going to be heading to Clash at the Castle to face Damian Priest officially, and that's going to be presumably the main event of Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what is gonna what's the order of what's gonna happen over these next pay-per-views, because Like you said, we have Damian versus Drew at Clash of the Castle, which is the next pay-per-view. Then after that, let's assume that Drew wins that. They have Money in the Bank. We kind of think that Punk will be somewhere in between there, but then at SummerSlam, you already have Gunther waiting for him. And I'm under the assumption that Gunther could very well win the belt. Maybe at Clash, CM Punk costs Drew McIntyre and Damian retains all the way to SummerSlam, and Gunther's the one to beat him. But obviously, it's so far away to go, and it's a lot of weeks of Raw to build to what we get.
Yeah.
But in the main event, we had Cody Rhodes retain against Logan Paul to keep the undisputed WWE champion. What do we think?
And yeah, this match, I mean, it was really good. Probably my third favorite match of the night. But yeah, it was really good. But just, I don't know, it was something, just a little bit something missing. Not that it was bad by any means, but I don't know, I just felt like there was something missing with this match.
Yeah, I did enjoy this match. I really liked the part where Logan, after he uses the brass knucks on Cody to hit him in the ribs, Michael Cole kind of gets up on commentary and they're kind of going back and forth, and Logan almost like starts trying to get in his face, but Corey Graves kind of separates them. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Cody Rhodes hit a vertebreaker at one point, which is something I don't think we've seen in years in WWE. Also, Logan had the big spot where he puts Logan on the table, goes to the top rope, and does like a frog splash, I guess, through the announce table. But yeah, really enjoyed this match. Another Cody retain. Yeah, and Logan just again continues to show that he can hang with some of the best in the business.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it was a good match. I don't really have any complaints, but I just feel like there's a little bit something missing. Maybe they needed like a stipulation to it or something. I don't know what it was exactly, but I would have liked to see just something extra here. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird as well because before the match we had LA Knight in like the front row, and as the match is about to end, Logan, or like, they had the ref spot where the ref goes down. Logan's about to hit Cody with the brass knucks, but then I forget his name. He was also like the special announcer for the match. He's the one who takes who distracts Logan to let Cody get the win. I kind of thought that should have been LA Knight to set up the potential match between LA Knight and Logan Paul, but a bit weird. But yeah, I still think that LA Knight is the man to take the belt off Logan. But yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's going to be the pay-per-view. Overall, pretty good. Also to mention, this is probably the best Saudi crowd that we've seen thus far. They were really loud, and they were singing entrance songs, and yeah, probably the best Saudi crowd we've seen thus far.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Nothing to add, is I was under the assumption that tonight would be the night that we had Wyatt family and Uncle Howdy finally appear. We did not get that. Don't know when. I don't think they would do it at Clash of the Castle, but I also don't think they would set it up for a Raw or a SmackDown. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some kind of tease. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was some kind of thing where Uncle Howdy revealed who some of the members are today.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Joe Gacy, Alexa Bliss. I forget who the other two were, but he had like 4 people who he listed somehow. I don't even know where he listed them at or where you see this. I just kind of seen this information on Twitter. I'm going off of that. But yeah, so it's kind of a lot of things going on with that. I feel like it's been running a while, so I do hope that they kind of pull the trigger on the big reveal soon.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point you don't want to wait too long. And kind of go how AEW did. They kind of wait too long with like the entire Devil storyline. I don't think you need to do that here because we kind of seen how that played out. Obviously, unfortunate things happen to make it even worse, but yeah, I'm very excited for the Uncle Howdy stuff, and when it does happen, I'm sure it'll be very big, and they'll do great with it. But yeah, I thought now would have been a good time to do it, but obviously, I don't know much. They're the bookers for a reason, so I'll leave it up to them. But yeah, so you said your favorite match was probably Sami Zayn and Chad Gable and Bronson?
Yeah, between that and the Gunther Randy Orton match, I'm 50-50 on it.
Yeah, I think my favorite match was the Gunther one. One thing I really like about this match as well is like Gunther's his moveset's very simple, but it's very strategic. You know, he targeted Randy's back a lot, and I just like how he's more methodical with his matches. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is King and Queen of the Ring. Let us know how you guys felt about the show. Tomorrow we will have Double or Nothing results video coming out. Also, our podcast will also be out. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned for all the content that we have coming up. And yeah, thank you guys if you made it this far. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next video.